E aí, moçada, tudo beleza? Como é que você tá? Tranquilo? Aqui é o Henrique, estou de volta com um novo jogo no canal, The Sinking City. É um jogo parecido com Call of Cthulhu, que eu fiz aqui há algum tempo atrás no canal. Se você gostou deste, vai curtir esse aqui também, porque ele é mais ou menos parecido, com bastante investigação, só que ele vai ser um pouco mais complicado. Porque você tem que coletar várias informações para desvendar os casos no jogo. Combinar informações, buscar informações em delegacia, central de arquivos, na cidade. Beleza? Os monstros também vão ser um pouco mais complicadinhos de você passar por eles e tal. Tem a opção aqui também, ó, que o jogo mostra como jogar. Então aqui tem todos os itens que você precisa saber para jogar o game. Ok? Eu vou passando aqui, se você quiser dar um pause aí para ler, mais ou menos, e entender como é que funciona o jogo. Ok? Temos aqui um mapa, como é que funciona, o olho da mente, presságios, retrocognição, palácio da mente, os arquivos, como arrebentar cadeados e trancas, questão de combate e a questão de mergulho. Beleza? Então esse jogo aqui promete bastante e ele é baseado nas histórias de Lovecraft. Tranquilos? Sem mais delongas, então, vamos jogar e ver o que o jogo nos proporcionará. Beleza? Já se inscreve aí para curtir o game aqui no canal. Ok? Vamos nessa então. Já começamos com uma pouco calorosa. Os animais também, os bichos no jogo, eles podem afetar a nossa sanidade, então a gente tem que tomar muito cuidado com eles durante o jogo. Eu tava bem ansioso pra jogar esse game aí. Caraca, já começa assim. Uma loucuragem total. Vai pular daí, vai quebrar o dedo do pé, mano. Kit de primeiros socorros. Já começamos aqui então. O cara já tá no estilo Indiana Jones. Dá uma olhada em volta, o que que a gente tem aí. Como é que faz?
Trust a tourist advertisement.
Eu tô jogando na versão de PC, mas com um controle de Xbox. Câmera dobrável. Ó, temos uma arma. Ué, não dá pra pegar? Ué, só dá pra largar. Carta de J. Van Berg. Caro Sr. Charles, como pedido, pesquisei os surtos de histeria e as visões na cidade de Oakmont, Massachusetts. Parece que suas suposições estavam corretas. Tais casos são de fato mais frequentes aqui. Homens e mulheres de todo o país são atraídos para Oakmont, assombrados por visões semelhantes às suas. Uma cidade em submersão, a presença de algo grande, porém desconhecido. Por sorte, acredito ter me deparado com a fonte do seu problema, bem como a pessoa capaz de ajudá-lo. Prepare-se e venha para Oakmont assim que puder. Eu me encontrarei com você e o ajudarei em sua jornada. Cordialmente, Johannes Vanderberg. Beleza. Aperte para mais informações. Ah, ele abre essa opção aqui. Tá, e essa arma aqui não dá pra pegar... Ah, aqui, ó.
Hope I never have to use it, but something tells me I will.
Ah, agora sim. Principais evidências. Então aqui a gente tem as questões de história, livro de casos. Como é que eu mexo aqui? Local do mapa, não temos nada. Selecionar. Tá, isso aqui é o que a gente pegou, né? Carta. Rolar, tá. Palácio da Mente ainda não tem pistas. Habilidades, a gente pode melhorar habilidades também. Temos um inventário. Opções. Ok. Ali diz que a gente, nesse caso aqui... Opa, demos uma porrada ali. Ah, câmera. Como é que eu tiro foto? Ah, aí. Todas as evidências coletadas. Ok. Uma coisa que o jogo nos diz também é que os itens e recursos são bem escassos no jogo. Então a gente vai ter que maneirar aqui para poder usar com sabedoria. Beleza, vamos sair daqui.
Now get out! Now get out!
Beleza, vamos sair daqui então.
At last, Mr. Charles Reed. What a pleasure to finally meet you in the flesh.
Nice to meet you.
Johannes van der Berg, at your service. I did promise to meet you the moment you arrived.
Ah, much obliged, Mr. Vanderberg. I guess I didn't expect you to mean so literally.
Please call me Johannes. But where are my manners? Welcome to the proud city of Oakmont. Alas, now is not its finest hour, though it is its most important.
Vamos ver aqui.
Reaching Oakmont was no easy task. Most maps I found didn't mark it, and this rickety packet ship is the only one that sailed here. Why is that?
Oakmont is no ordinary place. Its unique geographical position and the flood, a recent natural disaster, make it nigh impossible to reach. But you made it, Mr. Reed. I'm sure the tides of fate would have brought you here one way or another.
You said you know someone who can help me with my problem. The visions have been getting worse.
Such vividness of dreams is not uncommon here in Oakmont. By chance, the man I spoke of, Robert Throgmorton, is already at the port. He has dedicated a lot of time and effort to investigate this issue. Alas, I fear he has a more pressing matter on his hands.
Tell me about this flood.
It began 6 months ago. Storms raged for several weeks, and the water has risen ever higher without receding. Now the city is cut off from the mainland. I must say I rather like it, despite the inconvenience. Atmosphere, you know?
How can I find Mr. Throgmorton?
Don't worry, you can't miss him. Throgmorton tends to stand out from the crowd.
Can you tell me a little about Mr. Throgmorton?
A remarkable creature, scion of a robust bloodline, a philanthropist, a scholar, and the patron of the famous Oakmont University. A man of great ambitions and even greater ego. Do not make him wait.
I'll need a place to lay my head while I'm here. Any recommendations?
Fear not. I've already feathered a nest for you. There's a room in your name at the Devil's Reef Hotel. Here's the key.
Sounds charming.
Don't judge a book by its cover, Mr. Reed.
Recife do Diabo.
What's the best way to get around Oakmont? I'd like to drop my things at the hotel.
Most locals go by foot, or by boat. I've got the latter sorted for you. There's one waiting outside the port.
You're too kind, Johannes. Can you steer me towards the Devil's Reef?
Take this map. I've marked the hotel and a few other key places.
Other places? Like what?
You're a private eye, yes? Well, I've highlighted the police station, city archive, newspaper, places you'll need to get to the truth. This city is insular, its ways mysterious. No one will take you by the hand, so you better know where to turn in search of a lead.
How do you fill your days, Mr. Vanderberg?
I host a philosophy club for the like-minded intelligentsia, gathering seeds of thought like moths drawn to a flame.
Does Oakmont really have much of a market for philosophy these days?
There is no consciousness without pain, Mr. Reed. No better moment for clarity than times of hardship.
Well, that's it for now, I think. Thanks for helping me get my bearings.
No. The pleasure was mine, Mr. Reed.
Oh, before you go, how can I get in touch with you later?
Don't worry about that. I'm the kind of man who finds you.
Tá, agora a gente tem que encontrar então esse cara que ele falou ali. Bastante diálogo nesse começo aí. Como o jogo propõe bastante investigação, então a gente tem que esgotar as falas aí pra poder extrair o máximo que der no jogo. Aqui me parece que tem alguma coisa de investigação. Bote salva-vidas.
Where's your Oberon, huh, Titania? Something with this helmet gives me chills. What's wrong with it?
Tem uma gosma verde no capacete ali. Essa galera aqui dá pra conversar.
You like it here, newcomer? Well, get used to it. No one leaves Oakmont nowadays.
Can't catch a mackerel since those Innsmouthers took over the fishing business.
Eles não são de muita conversa pelo jeito. O jogo vai ter que ser bem explorado, né? Não adianta querer passar tudo correndo. Como se trata de investigação, vão ter que investigar ao máximo. O começo de jogo sempre é um pouquinho mais amarrado, porque tu tem que aprender os macetes aqui no começo para poder desenrolar no decorrer do jogo.
I don't care about your petty excuses. No one leaves the port until my son is found, and that is fine.
Excuse me. Are you Robert Throgmorton?
I am, but not interested. Go away.
The name's Charles Reed. I'm a private investigator, just arrived from Boston. I was told you might be able to help me.
Private investigator, you say? Well, perhaps we can help each other.
If I may ask, what happened to your son?
Why do you care? What's your angle, outsider?
Well, like I said, I'm a PI. Finding people is kind of my specialty.
Is it? Well, Albert was part of a deep-sea expedition I commissioned. This useless fool over here says he found Albert washed ashore in a lifeboat. Says he was barely conscious, out of his mind, talking gibberish in some other language. But he even tried to bite him.
And you don't believe him?
Complete malarkey. I know my Albert. I raised him strong and smart, the best of his kind. It couldn't have been him. Albert's disappearance is the work of Innsmouthers. Mark my words.
I've heard you're the man to speak to about visions, outbreaks of hysteria. I'm trying to get to the bottom of it myself.
Another newcomer with another problem. Yes, I know what you speak of.
Can I ask you a few questions?
How dare you? My son Albert is missing, and no one in this Innsmouther-ridden city will do a damn thing. But yes, let's talk about your dreams.
I take it you're not the biggest fan of these Innsmouthers.
Those fish-faced freaks have overrun this city since the police burned Innsmouth to the ground. But now, those filthy migrants occupy half this damned city. The port, Grimhaven Bay, Salvation Harbor, the shells. They are everywhere.
So they're just refugees.
Hardly. They've taken work from the local fishermen. They stir and agitate against us, the Throgmorton family. We are the pillar of this community, not to mention that crime rates have skyrocketed. Simply speaking, they are a big stinking pile of trouble.
Mr. Throgmorton, let me help you. I'm rather good at tracking down missing people. I'll find Albert.
What makes you think you can do it? Oakmont is not exactly friendly to new arrivals.
Let's just say I tend to see things that others miss. And anyway, what have you got to lose? Sounds like you could use every man you can get.
Vera. You have a point, newcomer.
Sorry, did you just say Vera? What does that mean?
You had better get used to the Oakmont dialect, outsider. That is, if you want to fit in. It is a fascinating blend. Vera means fine. I was saying, we have a deal.
I see. Thank you. I need to know more about what happened to Albert.
Dane, did you not listen at all? I already told you everything. After leaving on the expedition, Albert was found on the shore in a lifeboat. This fisherman supposedly brought him to the house, and then left to call me. But when I arrived here, my son was nowhere to be seen.
Anything else?
Clearly, something suspicious occurred inside the house. I suggest you stop dawdling and go see for yourself.
Desculpa aí, mano.
Where's the house where this all happened?
For Kay's sake, I thought you were a private eye. We're standing right in front of it.
Estamos de frente para ela.
Please forgive the question, but I've never met a man quite like you before.
That's because no man measures up to the Throgmorton lineage. Proud and powerful blood flows through our veins. My father united with a certain royal family, which has blessed all our offspring with these exquisite features.
As much as I'm enjoying the weather, Mr. Throgmorton, it's time for me to get started.
Find my son, newcomer, and be quick about it.
Casa dos Pescadores. Aquele sinal amarelo ali em cima indica que parte das... Ah, aqui, ó. Tem mais um negócio. Testamento de Albert Throgmorton. Espero que alguém encontre isso. Meu nome é Albert e este é meu testamento. Eu quero alertá-los. Não desçam às profundezas de Oakmont. Existe ilegível. Jamais deveríamos ter feito isso. Tudo deveria ter permanecido naquela caverna. Professora, temo o que será de mim. Está ecoando em minha mente, dançando à minha vista toda vez que fecho os olhos. O ciclo continua e continua e continua, no fim virá. Devo alertar a todos, devo dizer a meu pai. Ele está aqui. Todas as evidências coletadas. Vamos ver o que quer dizer aqui. Ah, a gente tem uma visão um pouco mais investigativa, né? Apertando para baixo na seta. Vamos ver agora, a gente tem bastante coisa aqui. Foto de um troféu, tá? Essa aqui é a foto que a gente pegou lá. Documentos. Tá, o testamento. O que mais tem aqui? Pedido de Robert. Vamos ver. A A chave de um quarto do hotel. Isso aqui seria uma evidência, será? Ah, aqui a gente fixa a evidência, então. Dá pra botar a bússola. Vamos ver o que a gente tem no Palácio da Mente aqui. Combine as pistas para fazer deduções. Tá, seleciona. Bom, por enquanto eu tô achando um pouco confuso isso aqui. Vou ter que estudar melhor esse jogo aqui pra poder interagir corretamente, como é que tem que ser. Mas o jogo tá bem no estilo do Call of Cthulhu, né? A questão dos gráficos e a ambientação. Bar debaixo da quilha. Saída. Tem mais um maluco por aqui.
Join in, newcomer. Praise the sea with us.
Louve ao mar conosco. Não, obrigado. Tô numa investigação agora, amigo. Ah, é aqui, ó. Aí. Vamos ver se com a visão a gente encontra alguma coisa. Encontramos aquele símbolo ali. Ah, dá pra subir. Mas deixa eu dar uma olhada nessa porta aqui antes.
Huh. This dog mat looks better than the owner's bed.
Realmente. Aí achamos mais alguns recursos.
The book is damp and damaged, but clearly well cared for.
Vamos dar uma olhada se tem algum símbolo, alguma coisa aí. A princípio não. Vamos subir. Opa, temos um policial aí.
It would take tremendous effort to move this thing, let alone tossing it over like this.
Let's see what you find, newcomer.
Hello? Hey, can you hear me?
Oh, my head. What? Who are you? Are you police? I've already told them everything.
It's okay. I'm Charles Reed, Private Eye. Mr. Throgmorton hired me to find his son.
Oh, okay. What do you want?
I want to know what happened here. Every detail.
I don't remember much. Me, Paul, and Lewis, we were here. This is our house. Barry was outside on his business. Then he came back carrying Throgmorton's son. He was unconscious, barely breathing. Barry left again to call Mr. Robert.
Then what?
We put the guy in Lewis's room. Then he started to make these horrible sounds and... okay, my head began to burst. And he woke up. And after that, I don't remember a thing, just dreams. Drowned streets, a sleeping giant, a voice that called me...
That sounds familiar. Tell me about yourself.
Name's Will Hammond. I'm a fisherman. We all are. Live here together. Me, poor fella Paul, Barry, and Innsmouther Lewis Flynn. We moved here after the flood. I worked on the railroad, but the rail ain't kicking anymore, so I started fishing. It was add or starve.
Where are all the other guys?
That's Paul there on the floor. Kay be with him. Barry's outside with Mr. Throgmorton. Lucky rascal missed everything. And I have no idea what Lewis or Throgmorton's son got to. Starting to suspect the worst.
Do you know how Paul died?
I don't know. When I pulled myself together, he was already gone. Kay have mercy on his soul.
Who is this K you keep mentioning?
Outsiders, show some respect. Kay is our lord, our light, our love.
Sorry, I didn't know. I'll leave you to it. Take care of yourself, Will.
Please, detective, sir, tell me the truth. Could it be me? Did I kill Paul? Or, Kay, did I kill him?
I don't know yet, Will. The police will stop anyone coming in or out of here, so I suggest you just try and get some rest.
I'm afraid of what I might dream.
Novas pistas coletadas. Vamos dar uma olhada aqui no Palácio da Mente. Testemunho de Will Hammond. Pedido de Robert. Tá, isso aqui a gente não precisa fixar. Eita, mas o mapa é grande, hein? Caraca, velho. Esse jogo aqui vai dar várias horas. Essa aqui é a parte, eu acho que eu falei, cara. Tem que combinar as coisas aqui. Vamos adiante pegar mais pistas.
Choo-choo. Choo-choo.
Álcool. Aqui, ó. Mais um símbolo. Se era pra tirar foto, eu não sei. Eu sei que eu tirei.
I can barely recognize the face of the poor fella. He was beaten to a pulp.
Eita, que visão foi essa? Tá afetando a sanidade dele. Olha ali. O que eu faço? Tem que fugir daqui? Caraca.
I've said everything I know.
Tá, esse cara aqui não vai falar
I've said
nada.
everything I know.
Don't do anything stupid, newcomer. And keep your hands where I can see them.
Vou entrar de novo aqui.
Five cards short of a full house. I'm surprised they don't have someone's portrait here.
Aperte para ativar, aperte para mais informações. Olho da mente. Tenho até medo de ativar esse olho da mente aí. Ah, tá começando de novo.
So, that's what an Innsmouther looks like. Seems like Prohibition hasn't affected Oakmont too much. Never seen knives like this before. Masterful work.
Olha aí. A retrocognição permite entender eventos que aconteceram. Inspecione evidências suficientes na cena e você terá uma visão. Entre nela e encontre todas as cenas críticas. Ah, não, caramba. E agora? O que a gente faz?
Take this, ape face.
Toma isso, maldito. Então alguém matou o cara. Tá.
Yeah, run!
Aqui os caras saíram correndo. Vamos ver se tem mais aqui.
What's happening?
Okay, let's see what we have here.
Vejamos o que temos. Então é o seguinte, eu acho que essa aqui é o número 1.
Take this, ape face.
Tá. Aí depois eles pegaram o guri.
What's happening?
E aí jogaram o negócio aqui pra fugir.
Yeah, run!
Não é. Então essa aqui é a número 1. Número 2.
Take this, ape face.
E número 3.
Yeah, run!
When Albert Throgmorton woke
Aí.
up, he was not himself. He attacked the fishermen and his hysteria spread to them. When he got wounded, he fled.
Principais evidências coletadas. Vamos dar uma olhada aqui no Palácio da Mente. Briga na casa, tá? Albert atacou os pescadores. Lewis atirou sem avisar. Havia 3 pescadores na casa. Caramba. Tá complicado isso aqui, hein? Será que eu consegui resolver aqui? Albert e um dos pescadores fugiram do local após uma briga na casa. Posso rastreá-los usando meu sentido sobrenatural. Vamos ver se dá para combinar mais alguma coisa aqui. Presságios. O olho da mente pode revelar presságios. Tá. Aqui. Será que eu desço aqui? Aqui, ó.
There was a fierce fight here, but someone tried to flee.
Todas as evidências coletadas. Eu acho que agora a gente deve sair aqui, então. Ah, dava pra descer ali.
Mr. Throgmorton, I found this in the lifeboat. Looks like it's your son's will.
Give it to me. Oh, my boy, what did you get yourself into? If only I hadn't sent you on that cursed expedition.
Bye.
Ainda ficou algumas coisas soltas aqui. Aê. Acho que agora conseguimos todas as informações. Por serem de Innsmouth, Lewis e seu povo sofreram nas mãos dos... Isso seria um motivo para os odiar. Ah, aqui, ó. Vamos ver se tem alguma coisa aqui pra clicar. Vamos ver pra onde eles foram.
So, the fisherman pursued Albert, even let off a few shots.
Vamos pra lá, não é. É pra cá.
Even though Albert was wounded, he managed to climb that high. Albert wasn't exaggerating when he said he raised him strong.
Nessa parte aqui ele não corre. Essas vozes de fundo aí, que sinistro.
Something in the pocket.
Bilhete manchado de sangue. Lewis, por favor, me dê mais uma semana. Eu sei que estou devendo, mas estou até o pescoço, como todo o resto por aqui. Mal tenho como manter o bar funcionando com toda a confusão no porto. Mas não se preocupe, eu fiz um acordo com certa pessoa e devo ter um suprimento constante em breve. Só mais uma semana e eu lhe pago o dobro do que eu devo. Peter.
The blood is fresh. Whomever it belongs to could not have got far.
Então temos alguém por perto, hein? Tá escondido. Caraca. Não. Sai fora. Eu saí lá de dentro. Opa! Eita, porra. Como é que eu atiro? Como é que eu uso a arma, será? Deixa eu ver. Ah, agora eu lembrei que eu posso bater nos bichos. Ó, tem mais uma escada aqui. Polvora. E agora, será que eu subo ou desço? Dá uma olhada aqui em cima. Vamos ver se abre. Não abre. Ah, ele desce aqui. Ah, dá pra descer por lá também. alguém escondido aí. O que a gente tem que cuidar no jogo aqui é que esses monstros aí, eles afetam a sanidade dele. Molas helicoidais.
Door won't budge.
Aê. Ah, tu tá aí. Então vem. Morreu. Que bichinho estranho.
One fatal round through the forehead. That's no accident. This was deliberate.
Principais evidências coletadas. Eita, vai vir mais bicho. Bom, acho que não tem mais nada aqui. Pera aí, deixa eu dar uma olhada aqui. Na visão. Se não ficou nada pra trás aí. Não, pior que não. Vamos ver aqui. O dono do bar está em dívida com o Lewis. O pescador que matou o Albert pode estar escondido no bar. Tá. Pistas. Lewis perseguiu Albert. Albert fugiu quando ficou ferido. Aqui, Lewis pode ter desejado matar Albert por ele ser um Throgmorton, em vez de apenas o expulsar. Albert foi assassinado. Deduções. Praticamente eu acho que o caso tá solucionado. Então o Lewis é o assassino. O pescador que matou Albert pode estar escondido no bar do porto de Oakmont. Tomara que eu esteja certo, né?
I'll miss the carpenter's food giveaway with this darn port closure.
Don't do that again. Welcome to Under the Keel. What do you want?
I'm looking for a man by the name of Lewis Flynn. Any chance he's here?
Yeah. Even if I knew, I don't rat to newcomers.
Robert Throgmorton hired me to investigate his son's disappearance. I found the note about your debt to Lewis near his cold, dead body. And it looks like Lewis murdered Robert's kid. You want him to come here and ask instead of me?
What?
Don't what me. At best, you're harboring a criminal. At worst, you're an accessory to murder.
What? No. I ain't done nothing.
Tell that to Mr. Throgmorton.
No. No. Throg. Lewis is upstairs. Here's the key.
Smart man. There's your good deed for the day. I've seen some unsettling creatures around, like nothing I've ever encountered. What are they?
So you met a wild beast, newcomer. No one knows what they are, but consider yourself lucky to still be in one piece. They arrived in the flood. Some say they come from the sea. Others that they are Kay's punishment for us.
And what do you say?
If it bleeds, you can kill it. Keep your gun handy. And if you want to erase the memory, I sell a perfect cure right here. Remember, better to be a coward and live than brave and dead. Unless you're a newcomer.
Bye.
Aí, pegamos a chave.
Come closer, troubled soul. Let me tell you what your future holds.
You're some kind of, fortune teller?
Yes, my dear, yes. Oh, it's so clear. Your path holds many surprises, newcomer.
Really? Like what?
Not so fast, newcomer. I see many things. For a small fee, I'll tell you some of them.
All right, how much? $1?
Your money has no value here, newcomer. After the flood, Oakmonters deal in the practical. Booze, smokes, and bullets. And I'll make it easier for you. I don't smoke.
Some other time. Maybe.
As you wish.
Será que a gente tem que usar isso aí? Se ela tá no jogo, os caras botaram aí porque pra alguma coisa eu acho que serve, né?
What the? Get the... Oh.
Pelo jeito tu encheu os canecos, né, amiguinho? Sozinho ali, curando as mágoas.
Hey, who are you? What are you doing?
Charles Reed, private investigator. Mr. Throgmorton hired me to find his son Albert, so I think you know why I'm here.
Throg. That darn bartender. It was all that crazy ape's fault. You hear me?
Calm down. I only want to speak, for now. But no, if you reach for your gun, you'll hit the floor faster than you can say poetic justice.
I got nothing to hide.
Vamos ter que investigar o cara agora então pra saber se é ele mesmo o assassino ou não. Vamos ver, eu acho que a história dele, vamos ver o que ele fala.
Start at the beginning. What happened?
We were in our house, me, Paul, and Will. Barry'd gone to the sea. Though I told him that it would only bring bad luck. If he'd listened to me, we'd all still be alive.
Come on, Lewis. Focus.
Right. Well, Barry dragged that damn ape to our house. He was bragging about how much Mr. Throgmorton would give us for saving his son. But that ape, he was out cold. Then woke in an instant and started screaming, attacking us. After that, can't remember a thing.
Ele disse que depois não se lembra de nada. Meio estranho, né? Dizer que não lembra de nada.
You shot to kill. No warning, no second chances. You pursued Albert even after he fled. Why?
I can't remember it. When he woke, it was like a bloody mist descended over me. First thing I recall after is that darn warehouse and me covered in blood. I had no idea what happened, though I suspected it had something to do with that ape. Turns out, I was right.
I hear there's a bit of a feud between the Innsmouthers and the Throgmortons. Care to fill me in?
Those apes hated us from the moment we arrived in Oakmont. Our home was destroyed. We just needed a place to stay. The Blackwood Grand family sheltered us, but others were not as hospitable. We needed jobs, food, and medicine. The city denied it all.
And so?
We had to fight for every crumb of bread. And those Throgmortons in their high castle only made our life harder, always conspiring behind our backs, always setting people against us. I'd love to see them suffer like we suffered.
You mentioned a grand family. What do you mean?
So you're a newcomer, huh? Explains a lot.
Yeah, a newcomer with a gun. Answer the question.
Okay. People here are crazy about bloodlines and tradition and reputation. The head honchos of Oakmont are called the Grand Families. There's the Carpenters, who control most of the city's underworld, the Blackwoods, who share kin with Innsmouthers through the Marsh family.
And let me guess, the Throgmortons.
Right, those filthy apes. Now that most of the Blackwoods are gone, there's nobody left to protect us Innsmouthers.
The things you did to Albert don't look like a bloody rage. A fatal shot to the head, a hidden body. One might start to wonder if it was deliberate.
Well, I don't know what to say. I wasn't myself.
What kind of... why do you... your face, it's,
Oh, so you're here to attack me just because I look different to you? Wanna spit on me, whisper to your friends? What's new?
No, I'm sorry. I didn't know how to ask. I've just never met someone like you before. I didn't mean any offense.
Innsmouthers' bodies were blessed by the sea. You're gonna see a lot of us here, so you better get over it. We are proud of who we are.
I think I've got all I need.
Please, Mr. Reed, don't tell Throgmorton about me. I know I'm in no position to ask. I didn't want to do whatever it is I did. Honest, have mercy, please. I have a family. Without me, they'll starve.
E agora? Situação difícil, né? Foi ele então que matou o cara lá no armazém, mas ele estava possuído então por alguma coisa? Pois é.
This is not exactly cut and dry. I need some time to think.
Perhaps I can offer something to grease your grinds. I still have a few bullets on me.
O cara quer me dar bala pra ficar quieto. Ele tá querendo se livrar da acusação.
You think you're the first person to offer me a bribe?
Please, Mr. Reed.
Now, don't try my patience further, Mr. Flynn.
Tá, todas as evidências coletadas. Ver se tem alguma coisa aqui dentro. Não. Vou dar uma olhada aqui no Palácio da Mente. Encontrei o Lewis Flynn, pescador que matou Albert, escondido no bar do porto. Ele admitiu estar na cena do crime, mas não lembra exatamente como o matou. Ele alega estar sob a influência de uma histeria mental fora de controle. Ele me pediu para não entregá-lo. Eu posso revelar o paradeiro de Lewis para Robert ou mentir, salvando a vida do pescador. Pois é, e agora, camaradas? O que fazemos? Entregamos ou deixamos assim? Lewis estava mentalmente afetado e não podia controlar seus atos. Lewis estava ciente do que estava fazendo durante a briga. É, meu. Mas aí, como é que será que fica a história se eu, por exemplo, resolver dizer que ele estava mentalmente afetado? Tá aí essas aqui. Com influência psíquica ou não, Lewis estava a fim de assassinar. Ele tinha um motivo também, o ódio mútuo entre o povo. Os dois povos ali, no caso. Preciso dizer a Robert a verdade e levar o assassino à justiça.
Mr. Throgmorton, I'm afraid I have bad news.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I found your son in the basement of a nearby warehouse. I'm sorry, but he was murdered. Shot in the head and the body hidden.
No. It cannot be true. No, no, no. I don't believe it. No.
I've tracked down your son's murderer.
Where? Who is he?
O assassino está morto. O assassino está no bar. Vamos falar isso aí.
And just as I suspected, the Innsmouther Lewis is responsible for your son's murder. He's hiding at the local bar. Just ask the bartender. Seems like he had a bone to pick with your family and took it out on Albert.
Oh, that scum won't be getting off easy. The whole city shall see what happens when you cross the Throgmortons. Justice, bitter-sweet as it is, shall be served. It's rare for a newcomer to make himself so useful. Thank you.
Mr. Throgmorton, I hate to press you, but do you think you could help me now?
Yes, you've earned it. Okay, to think a newcomer barely off the boat solves a crime the police couldn't, but I digress. Remind me, what brought you to Oakmont?
Estou tentando encontrar a fonte das minhas visões. Estou investigando casos de insanidade.
I think I'm going mad, Mr. Throgmorton. I see things, visions, and I need it to stop. I was drawn here, or guided, or I don't know. But I believe the source of this madness is here, in Oakmont.
You're not wrong, Mr. Reed. An inexplicable hysteria spread through Oakmont after the flood. I funded an expedition to explore recent geological activity that may be responsible.
Do these cases of hysteria involve shared visions as well?
Since the flood, many Oakmonters have had similar nightmares. Indeed, Professor Doe, the expedition leader, complained of them herself.
Waterlogged ruins with unnatural architecture, a sleeping giant, drowned streets, and a voice calming from the depths.
Her words exactly. She proposed the expedition, desperately wanting to find the cause.
A geological expedition? I'm not sure I follow.
I have reason to believe the flood and this madness have the same source. As above, so below. So I sent men to find out.
Has your expedition found anything?
I do not know. Albert was part of it. His passing cannot be coincidence. Why was he alone at the port? And where are the others?
You mentioned the flood. You think it's more than just a natural disaster?
You weren't here, Mr. Reed. What happened defied scientific explanation.
You think your son was killed because the expedition uncovered something?
Is it so hard to believe? I had no news for a week, then Albert, the only one I could trust, comes ashore and is killed.
It does sound suspicious.
Mr. Reed, I want you to find out what's going on. I expect you're as interested in the expedition's results as I am.
If I'm going to look into this, I'll need to know more. Where should I start?
I'll give you the address of the expedition's headquarters and a key.
That's all you can tell me?
Let me be clear, Reed. You do not speak to me like that again.
I'm sorry, Mr. Throgmorton. I just meant the more I know, the better.
I am a busy man. I funded the research, but left all preparations to Professor Doe and Albert. When you've finished, come see me at the Throgmorton family manor. It's in Old Grove. Here, I'll show you.
What about my expenses?
They will be reimbursed after you complete your task. And of course, you've earned some compensation for your work here at the port. I'll also include a fair advance in bullets.
Bullets?
The dollar lost its use here, Mr. Reed. After the flood, Oakmont returned to bartering. Bullets mean more than bills.
Aê. Uma recepção pouco calorosa. Caso concluído. Novo caso, perdido no mar. Show de bola. Então é isso aí, manos. Eu vou encerrar o vídeo por aqui. Se curtiu o game aí, como eu curti, eu vou continuar o jogo aqui, fazendo a série. Se inscreve aí no canal, deixa um like aí pra colaborar com o crescimento e para que o YouTube recomende o vídeo para outras pessoas, beleza? Valeu então, é isso. Te aguardo no próximo episódio. Abraço e até mais.